Hello everyone. A question that I'm frequently asked is, how do I look at the markets? Not from an analytical perspective, but from a trading perspective. Well, my answer to that question is quite simple. I focus on the four critical elements of high confidence trading. Those four critical elements are trend, pattern, momentum, and candlesticks. Let me show you a few slides to drive the point home. Now, the four critical elements of high confidence trading are trend, pattern, momentum, and candlesticks. Now, let me put this in the proper context. The way I look at the market from a trading perspective is that in an uptrending market, I want to buy pullbacks. I always want to trade in the direction of the trend. Conversely, in a downtrending market, I want to sell bounces. Again, I want to trade in the direction of the trend. Now, to drive my point home, let me show you a few slides. Here is a price chart of GE, and this is a weekly price chart. What's the trend in this market? Well, clearly the trend is to the downside and has been for a number of years. How do we know that? Well, prices are moving from the upper left-hand corner of the price chart to the bottom right-hand corner of the price chart. So what I want to do from a trading perspective is primarily focused on the short side. Now next, I want to focus on the pattern. Now what we actually saw transpire through much of 2019 was, if you're familiar with the wave principle, specifically a zigzag. This is a 5-3-5 pattern, and this is a corrective wave pattern, or more importantly, a counter trend price move. Next, I want to focus on momentum. Now, what we have here is a momentum signature that I speak about quite frequently in Trader's Classroom and cover much more in-depthly in my course, The Four Critical Elements of High Confidence Trading. Simply put, this momentum pattern that we're currently looking at in GE is a counter trend momentum pattern. Now, also, too, another bit of evidence that we can focus on that allows us to, say, trade in the direction of the predominant trend more confidently is to focus on our candlestick patterns. The candlestick pattern that occurred here back in February of this year was a bearish engulfing pattern. So what we're looking at, again, is we're building a case for taking a position in this market, and of course, to the short side. And what we actually saw this year is we saw GE essentially get cut in half, trading from around roughly, say, $12 or $13 a share to about half of that, around $6 to $5. I hope this drives the point home. Again, the four critical elements of high confidence trading are trend, pattern, momentum, and candlesticks. And I like to combine these four components to build a much more compelling case for taking a position. Well, there you have it. If you want to become a consistently successful trader, you must have a disciplined way of looking at the market. And for me, what I've just shown you, the four critical elements, are my discipline.